anope no ombu eyi useko only for you to be called back for some further interrogation. And then a course.
Okay. Near the kind, Mamifa in Tiamo, the Emma, a police said to your phone in a one Casani on my hand, producer, Dominic. Now, it is for me, find Tiamo, the Emma, Yura, Alaji Dr. Mahamadou Baumia, NTB MPP, Nance Flatbearer, Wasambedi, Mampeni, and after MPP 4 penny phone in a woman is a benim officer, narrative fee Thursday,
yeah.
The open your woman say. Last week, Wednesday, I'm matching. Eja, Akokra, Mapemi Bebia, Matokia, Meda, Ewofi, Bebeti Prakopa, Amafo Bomi Pnumu. I live in a 3-bedroom gated, house with my wife and kids. Now, said I no move around 3 a.m. thereabouts. In fact, so I decided to pay attention to the voices before I was going to open to see who they were. Then I heard one of them say, police is here. Open, police is here. So if you are police, then allow me to speak with my lawyers and then I can open you so that whatever in fact, before I could say Jack, these people had broken into my room. In fact, use my kitchen door, and breaking because I know your wooden door. Unlike the front gate, I know your metallic. They broke through the kitchen side and possibly entered, destroying most valuables, like the pictures that have come out. Attest to. And bar the bedroom. In fact, when they came into my bedroom, I was just like men would normally do in a short liquor, because you are not expecting anything like that. Then they came to whisk me away with 2 V8 blaring sirens all over. I'm talking about 8 fully armed men. So I was just asking. So
now at the time, now say about saying 3 a.m.
In fact, it was around me checking time. The processes started around 3:45 thereabout, but the time they took me around was around 4:15.
Okay.
And finally, and the National Signals Bureau, or more officer Wallaboni, and they put me in the guard room, detained me over there for about 4 to 5 hours. Then later on, they came to whisk me to the police CID headquarters. So it was at the CID headquarters and almost started interrogations. By then, so graciously, not my lawyers, no be abedu on party form, penny form, fat, or my idea, papa. And I mean, so Munina, the body I want to have a jebinti at the appropriate time, measured up both body. She lawyers, even be one or only police, call by, before me, you're not just over prepared charge sheet, Yadimi put in a court. That was on Wednesday. Yadimi call court, and you're reading me plea to me. Then I pleaded not guilty. So the lawyers asked for bail, and the court graciously granted me a bill with a sum of 50,000 Ghana cedis, 2 sureties, and then 1 salaried government worker. So by that time, Abobaye was something to 5 o'clock thereabout. So part in 24 lawyers were pushing say, okay, register to me Abuana Yaye. In fact, Niomuka and Kosi and say court upon until they cannot execute the bill. It was a then they whisked me from court premises, blaring siren, about 5 cars. In fact, just area for assist me a hardened criminal be a Misubi Mal Ghana Haseda. Now me do who ya papa. If indeed you are calling me as a suspect to come and assist you with investigations, you don't treat me like this. Now blaring siren attract home giddy. And I call police central Greater Accra. Police Accra Central.
Yes.
And you could TV me wohono. Addiction year Thursday. My lawyers in 24 years and convey executive bail no. Almost my excuses are amaso Friday. Almost some excuses I tell you na. I so obvious they were now using the bail condition to victimize or to intimidate or to punish me. I mean, for want of better words, that's how I would describe the whole system. Because the court among me bail, I cannot understand why execution will now be a barrier. Because as far as I'm concerned, if court grants you bail, now say execution is not carried out, you are still in detention. And that is exactly what happened. I'm a madam since Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, anopa, and a yamin Saturday, they were one, Omo Sunday or car, ever with me, and the member police on the court. Say, and then the registrar no around it, you say, yes, the bail condition. See, and also up and down. Finally, then we were able to execute. Just when we were about to finish, then they told me, the police officers told me that I am wanted at the CID headquarters again by the authorities over there. And I didn't, resist. By my nature, I wouldn't say I'm a responsible citizen. So I obliged, and then we went back to police CID headquarters. It was there that I was told that a matter which happened in 2020 has now been resurrected by the complainant against me. In fact, it's a matter which at this stage, is quite delicate, and I wouldn't want to go into it too much. But back and forth on this matter, and then finally, my lawyers and then the party officers we were able to, find a compromise, and then I got my freedom.
Yeah, where do meet me?
The Ghana has say, Obia wa follow me on social media and me activism ni na begin atumu say. Me no bia me ho ya hom say. And I am not vile. I am not dangerous. I am not a criminal. I am just an activist. You may not like me for my activism, but that does not give you the right to intimidate me and to take away my freedom. For Christ's sake, I am a responsible citizen of the land, and therefore my rights must also be protected and respected.
The complainant, who is the complainant?
The complainant is Madam Zita Benson, Ghana's High Commissioner to UK.
Oh, to the UK. Oh, okay. And about post to be away in 2020.
Absolutely. It has to do with the 2020 Facebook publications.
Okay, I don't know. Or your complaints, why any day? What threatened another day?
Well, so like I try to avoid that question, but what be sentimental? What actually happened was that in 2020 there were some unpleasant exchanges between many High Commissioner. No, then she wasn't a High Commissioner. Let that be on record.
Okay.
And she me complaint was cyber unit at the time, and also filing the complaint was East Legon police station at the time. But to be frank with you, I didn't change the matter, and neither did she. So this matter came to me as a surprise when I was told this afternoon that, like you lawyers would normally say, crime, they say, has no expiry
date.
So that is what happened.
Oh.
She literally resurrected a matter that I considered dead. But
police are granted. Mama bail when on so one.
No. Like I said, that one there was a compromise.
A compromise between very well. In the since Wednesday and you police cells ben on the wotoye. Accra Central Wawa.
Yes, I've been in detention on lawful custody, I must call it, at the Accra Central Regional Police Command.
Like cells with other inmates,
I tell you, that is the ordeal I have gone through, my brother. I have been, my personal liberty, I have been dehumanized. That is how I see the whole thing. Because if a court has given me bail, my brother, I do not expect to be kept in police cells. What I say. But unfortunately, that is what happened. That is what happened.
Wow. And the Siciano, on that particular issue, did they tell you why you are needed at the police station?
No. Nobody told me anything. And no one said, you are under arrest. Yeah, in fact, and when you look at the aggressive nature of the people who broke into my room, if may resist anything, they would have assaulted me. So I had to comply with the Omobeken PR just to avoid any idea.
In the Amudu Bedru police station, also Amudu call a signals bureau. From signals bureau no be a musawshe.
No, signals bureau. The phones. I must stress that my phones. Me akasami use Samsung Ultra 2024 DNB.
Okay.
And I mean, work company phone, but could be so I made side business. Those two smartphones were taken. My wife's Huawei phone and also was and any main phone by the way, and also was taken. And my kids also have a small phone and also mobile. So I know making it 4. And then I had some faulty phones, about 5 phones. They broke into my drawers. Ransacked the room and then added it together with my laptop and then my pen drive. And
have they returned those things to you?
No, none has been given to me. They tell me those things are exhibits, so they are going to use it against me in the court of law.
From the signals bureau, no, and what they will call police headquarters.
Exactly so.
In the Omudu police headquarters, no. What did they tell you? Said they were investigating. No more investigating. They are there.
So it was there that they logged into my Facebook account.
Okay.
And then they showed me a video. In the video you would see some men holding guns and firing up and down. And about some gun to an image of a gun I had posted. To the best of my knowledge, I was drawing the security agencies, none of the country's attention to the growing insecurity in the country. But to them, they claim that it was tantamount to publication of false news with the intention to cause fear and panic. So basically, that was the charge that was preferred against me. Publication of false news with intention to cause fear and panic.
Oh, okay. Okay, based on that video now, we share,
Rightly so.
Did that video na wow video wunya o baby now share and I say you be post be now yeah.
That you only said intelligent question, and you have always proven that you are a smart journalist and a smart lawyer. I am not the originator of that video. Neither am I the first person to have published that video. But I don't know how I could be held liable for the circulation of that video, in question, especially when the video is not even a fabrication, but something that had actually happened. What am I saying? If I were to be the creator of the video and you are holding me responsible, then perhaps you have a solid case against me, and myself I will concede. If this is the case, a video means to me so just like everybody was taking it. But this is where we are.
Do you feel, sir, you are being targeted for maybe views in public?
Absolutely. In fact, I won't let you even land with the question. I feel people on the opposite side see me as a strong critic. And for that matter, they are using this to gag me or whatever, or more useful way to silence me or to put some fear in me. Because look, if I have read the police statement just as I came out a few minutes ago, I had a chance of seeing the police statement. And when you look at the police statement, they say I have been arrested in connection with the circulation of a video leading to even the retrieval of some weapons from civilians. But if indeed you need me to assist with your investigation, do you do this to me? So clearly, that cannot be the case. Certainly, there is something behind it. And that is how I see the whole thing, my brother. That is how I see the whole thing. Unfortunate as it may be, but that is how I see the whole thing. Especially when the video is all over the place. And you come for me alone. Me say, Nyankopon the boy me say, I had taken my case away from the house like days before. So at the time they came, na ya me and my wife and you go a few honor. That saved the day. Because if you look at the trauma or bar me, I have a man and I can handle it and them the consequences. What you say? But for how if the case were there, how were they going to take this? Even with this, people visit me in the cells and from their demeanor you could tell, say, if you I have tried everything possible to cite them, but they will have none of it. And people, they have created a scene in the area, as I said, me a hardened criminal here, I have refused to cooperate with the police, for which reason they had to come and whisk me away with 2 VH. My brother, I feel very, very hurt with what has gone on.
Yeah,
and prosperity.
But when you were sharing that video, did you accompany it with comment, be like wow comment away attached to the video? And if you did, what did you say in those comments?
My comment, I cannot quote verbatim, but what I recollect saying was that these were armed men who were moving from Mtagon to Nanton. What I say, and the growing insecurity, you know, a worrying trend, and for that matter, I mean, blah blah blah. Authorities must set up that kind of a caption, that kind of caption. No, I don't know. That kind of caption.
Wow. And for now, yes, meaning say the state no is will be in court prosecuting you and all of that. Said yeah, Ashas, you know. But are you also minded to want to bring, some suit against the Ghana Police Service for how we move properties on my side? Because I've read elsewhere, among Faka say you should probably take that course as well. What do you think, sir?
Well, for now, I will leave everything in the hands of the Maker. We are all in his hands.
In the Maker, I mean, is a Uja.
Absolutely. We are all pencils in his hands. The Aubaya Bia and can who say at our wedding a channel. But the Asempa bit me a can.
This will surely let you have a rethink about advocacy on social media. Mebua ebia family would pressurize you actually tone down na ukodem we unkwana na wudem o party ni bia meka ho inti tone down. Would this let you probably do that?
Obi, I have a fighting spirit, but the truth of the matter is that sometimes, dear now, for the sake of humanity, you want to exercise some bit of restraint for the sake of the family. So you have to sometimes allow certain things. And this is not how I wanted to approach the matter upon my release. I tell you, before God and man. But I have looked at it from that angle again. Say, it's not about just me as a person. I mean, Ghana will continue. And now, unfortunate as it may be, Nipa 8 in your accident, but Ghana is moving on. What I say, I alone, I cannot put Ghana to a halt. But sometimes we just have to do some introspection. I mean, I do not harbor any intention, evil intention against anybody or any group or any party or the government. If I am criticizing, I'm criticizing constructively with the aim of changing the narrative for things to be better. After all, democracy, that is how democracy ought to be. It should not degenerate into this kind of things.
Apart from the video, clearly now, video I want to share. There is also the picture of a gun. Uposti and also kase M3 was in the hands of civilians under your honor.
So you see that was in relation with the guns. Now there was a video. So what I say, when you watch that video, so you would see that the image precedes. No, the video precedes the image.
Yes.
Meaning I posted the video before the image. So that was to establish the point. Guns now, it's very worrying. But like I said, this is a subject, so I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
The issue.
I get you. I get you. But there is also the point about, you being a heavy critic of the current IGP, and there have been instances you seek to compare his work to the predecessor, you would agree, sir, maybe a non-sono, because obi here you manage to be able compare it to the predecessor, and we quite a Robbie Nipani ego kakra. You agree to that?
Obi, I don't know about that, but even a sample net here, assuming without admitting, say sanity here, and only a crime now.
Oh no.
Absolutely. What I say, if they are assuming without admitting, say sample net here, a crime, say may seek to. And you see, like I said, I am a citizen of the land, and I am entitled to criticize matters that I consider wrong constructively, provided they say he is overstepping my bounds. But if they say I know they would have to literally go after everybody. People have said worse things than this, but I mean, I can understand. I will not fault. I mean, people who are jubilating over this, but like the famous philosopher or writer said, when you see people fall, don't laugh, learn. That is what I will have to say at this point. And then I am you or China, not a podium. Oh, we of one sir, now I heard ye because any nipansa is say.
But you earlier made a point, sir. Video na o share and the content of that video no is something that happened. Okay, sir.
Absolutely. And people have corroborated, and you can do your independent checks to ascertain the truth or otherwise.
And you told the police that?
I tell you, you know how I am. I will say it as it is.
Very well. Ma yana se na bibiania ye besan ababidi enkomobio. Why? Because me share ufie ho pictures no. Me hu se na nneoma bia pai egu form na ede ade a.
Yeah, so that is my banner. Banner
okay. And no kitchen
close to yes, because they use the kitchen entrance, no. So omu breaky no a ball banner no ne breaky glass na e won anim no. Nti no na put egu floor and some other items which I'm told, and also I think kettle and some other items, and also a breaky no. So I mean I've made Sheffield, I had to facilitate for somebody to go and replace the door. Can you imagine all of these things? I've gone through a lot, my brother. I've gone through a lot. Dealing with the emotional trauma, you are dealing with physical damages, and so on and so forth. Why? Just for Charlie, it's rather unfortunate. God.
Very well. Ma mena se Obama bibia ne yebese di nkomo bio. Why? Meda se pa. Enti se Obama POKUAS an NPP activist. He's just been released from police cells and Motesi and no AD nkomo ekosi saying so ni. Asempa 94.7